make some way. There we go. All right, so let's start with haymaker punch. All right, now we're only going to do 2 off the haymaker. The first haymaker punch is going to be the block, carry, and then from back here we have the escape of the push and pull, or we have the control of the rear choke. All right, now the footwork is important here. As they throw the punch, we step on the 45 with a high block. As we go to make our clear, we continue to stride past and by them. Then, as we go through either the takedown or the choke, we stride behind them. If we go to do the takedown, it's going to be palm on their back. It's going to be thumb up underneath their chin. And then from there, you're going to push, pull, and they're going to drop down. It's a hard way to fall. It really is. It's not the most comfortable way. If you turn it into a choke, all right, from there, 1, 2, same thing. If they're a little bit tall, you're going to want to have that push to start to get them to go down. Then you just wrap up that choke by going underneath the chin. You put it in the arm, close it, and squeeze and breathe. And they tap kind of quick. All right? So that is our first haymaker punch self-defense. Let's go ahead and do our second one, and let's get it in the books right here. Now, our second haymaker self-defense is going to also be where we're stepping in on. All right, so we're going to step in, and we're going to block, and we're going to strike with this elbow. Should look very familiar to those of you guys that do a lot of kata with us. All right, from here, the right arm, the elbow arm that's on the chest, on the shoulder, is going to come underneath, and we're going to kind of be fingertip to fingertip. All right, I'm going to grab a hold here. You're going to make a little bit of a turn to get them into this position. You grab a hold of the wrist, then you step, and you bring them down onto the ground. All right? So one more time on this one. They throw the punch, you step in, block, and strike with elbow. The arm comes underneath, you make a turn to get their arm into position. You grab a hold of the wrist, then you step back, and sword cut down. Okay? Let's go ahead and stop it right there with those 2 haymaker punches. This time. All right, so make some space here. Okay, so we'll go off of, it could be a high punch, it could be a C-step punch. Let's go for a C-step punch. So he's going to be stepping forward and punching. Yeah, let's go head level on this one, all right? So reset for me, Brian. So as Brian comes with that punch, we're going to step on the 45-degree angle. All right, we're going to use our modified in block. All right, so we're going to use a windmill block here. So as they come to punch, we step, we block, carry. The carry hand is going to get wrist control. All right, notice how I've got my wrist cranked like this so I can turn his elbow down. All right, from there, I'm going to start to put my arm on his elbow, and I'm going to make C-step and punch and get him up onto his tippy toes. This hand is then going to grab right there at that wrist, and I'm going to do a disappearing act. My left foot's going to stay where it's at, my right leg's going to come to it, pivot, and I'm going to drop him right down. All right, that's my favorite one right there. All right, so putting it a little bit more together, you have block, carry, grab, C-step, punch, all the way. And down they go with a modified wrist lock. Okay? Let's go ahead and cover another one. Brian, come on back over here. Very similar. All right, same sort of thing. This time, instead of using a windmill block, we can make it an X block. Now, because I'm getting wrist control, which is going to be a little bit closer to myself with my right's going to be behind. As he comes with that punch, I'm going to step on that angle and make my X block. Just like I did before, I'm going to grab that wrist, crank it, C-step through, then the disappearing act as they go down. All right, so very much the same, just a slight variation on it. Nice? Nice. Very good. All right, let's go ahead and do one more punch. Let's do straight punch to the body. As they come to step, it's not going to be on the 45, it's going to be a little more out to the side. So as they come, we're going to step, we're going to block. We're going to grip and grab and pull it across. Then we're going to bring that leg in and out and execute number 1 wrist lock for the takedown. Then we pull up, getting them onto their side, and then we lock them up with a north-south position on their head with a number 2 wrist lock. All right? So putting that one together, we have step and block, grip, grab, pull across, in and out, number 1, pull up, number 2. Us? Us. All right, let's hit it back on our set point. Okay, back to set point. Base.